Well, it was a solid day for us. Obviously, went 1-1 today against the number one team in the country. The disappointment lies in the fact that we had a chance to take the series tonight and we didn't. But my message to the team was that, we're getting close. We're getting close to where we want to be. That was the number one team in America, and we're getting really close. So, got a few hurdles we still have to get over, but we've come a long way, no doubt about it. And that's going to be our focus, is keep getting better, keep working to get better, and we're going to be where we want to be.
Okay, we'll start with Dave.
Hey, Mark, thanks for doing this. Some mistakes this weekend. How much of that was things you guys could have done better, and some of it was just Arkansas's that good, and they were able to take away a lot of the things you guys do?
Which mistakes are you talking about, Dave? I can't hear you.
Sorry. Just some errors, some bunts not getting down, but also some really good defense by Arkansas.
Yeah, those aren't mistakes. That's Arkansas playing really good defense. I mean, they're elite in most categories. That's why they're regarded as one of the top teams in the country. And you got to tip your cap to them. Again, we had a chance to win the series tonight and fell short. So we're gonna look at all the things that we need to get better at. And you know what? It's a good program over there. And I thought we went toe to toe for the most part, and just got a few areas we need to keep getting better in.
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned some of those hurdles. What are some things now after this weekend that you are going to try to focus on this week to get better at?
Well, obviously, pitching wise, I don't know that I would trade our pitching staff for anybody in the country. Love our pitching staff, and we pitch at an absolute elite level. Hitting wise, we need to take another step. We can be shut down at times by the best pitching in the country, and we just need to do a better job of scrapping and finding ways to create runs when we're not getting a lot of hits. We're a very momentum based offense, and we can really come at you in waves. But we need to do a better job when we're not quite getting as many hits. Like obviously tonight we had the 2 hits. So we individually, we need to get some guys going and hitting the way they're supposed to be hitting, because we have some guys that aren't quite doing that right now. But that's our job, is to work with them and help them find whatever that key is for the light to go on and be operating at full potential. Because when we do, we're really good.
Greg?
Yeah, Mark, kind of going off of that, when you look at the final 3 innings of game 1, where the offense really seemed to get going, get the momentum behind them, I guess just what was the difference between that and really the rest of the series?
Well, I mean, you saw Kevin Kopps is one of the top closers in the country for a reason. His statistics are ridiculous, and he's done this to everybody, and we didn't have an answer for that breaking ball. Guys came back to the dugout saying they just couldn't see it, and it was one of the harder ones they've seen. So again, sometimes you got to tip your cap. Guys, the best closer, one of the best closers in the country on the number one team. And, it's pretty clear that's why we struggled. We got a really good guy on the mound. And, it's the more we see this, though, the better it'll be, because it'll pay off for us in the end. The more you see the best of the best, you figure out what adjustments you need to make to allow yourself to have success against those. So we've been doing it all year. We'll continue to do it.
John?
What are you seeing right now out of Wes? He's obviously really kind of struggling right now, and it's been week after week now at this point.
He's getting pitched to. He's getting pitched to. He's a little bit behind the fastball, and he's a little bit ahead of the off-speed pitches. And so we just have to help him. We have to help him. We know when he's on, he's one of the best hitters in the country, and right now he's not on. And he'll get back. There's no doubt in our mind. He works too hard. He's too talented. And he's a big part of our offense. And when he's struggling, it kind of slows us down as a group. So look, this happens. It's baseball. You go through great stretches, you go through funks, and he's in a funk right now. But just as easily as he got into this funk, he can get back out of it and carry us for a while. And I expect that to happen.
So Jack, then Colin.
And Mark, I think Arkansas averaged 12 pitches an inning. How do you kind of toe the line between being aggressive early and working counts?
Well, again, I mean, you got to understand this game is all about pitching. And when you have elite guys on the mound, sometimes they impose their will on you, and you decide you want to be aggressive. and you pop up and, you have some quick innings, and they didn't walk anybody tonight. So you really had no choice because they did such a good job. These two guys today, Wicklander and Cops. I mean, they have such good stuff, and they did such a good job of pounding the zone that you tried to be patient and you were going to find yourself 1-2 every count. And so, it's a catch-22. When you face great pitching, you've got to pick one or the other, and you've got to kind of go with the flow of the game. And if they're attacking the zone, you have no reason to take pitches, outside of late in the game, if you're trying to take a strike just to hope for a little bit of good fortune and they help you with a rally. But when the other team's not walking guys and they have great stuff, you've got to try to be aggressive and hope that you square it up. And if you don't, you're going to have some quick innings.
Dave.
Mark, these guys have responded very well to adversity all year. How do you think they'll respond to this?
Just fine. I mean, I have no doubt about it. And look, going toe to toe with the #1 team in the country and winning one game and having a chance to win the series, to me, that's not adversity. That's just disappointment right now. I know our team's disappointed in that locker room right now that we didn't close the deal. I know our fans are disappointed, and I'd love to give a shout out to our fans. They were great all weekend, and Park has been as loud as I've heard it in a long time. And so, that'll all come together. Again, this is a great process we're on. We've made a lot of great progress, and we're going to continue to do that. Adversity are much more important things than we lost a tough game tonight. We'll be just fine.
Jack.
Hey, Coach, what did you think of the bullpen's performance in Game 1 earlier today?
I mean, again, are you talking about our bullpen? Our bullpen is
Yes, sir.
as anybody in the country. There's no question about it. Our bullpen's as good as anybody in the country, and I think our 3 starters can match up with anybody in the country. So in good programs, that's always a starting point. We've gotten that where it needs to be, and we'll continue to work on all the other areas so that they can catch up. And if you want to be the best, you've got to be elite in all the areas, and it does start with pitching, and I like where we are there, and we'll continue to work hard to get those other areas up to speed too.
John.
Yeah, not even related today, but just in general, when you're evaluating who you're going to start at that third base spot, what do you look into in terms of a game by game situation, and how do you approach that this week after you've had a good look at each guy here lately?
Yeah, I mean, just trends and opportunities. Mike gave us a reason to give him a chance today. After having the big hit in Game 1, and he's probably, because he's a shortstop, probably the best defender of the group, and so wanted to play the defense and reward a guy that got a big RBI hit in Game 1, and we'll just continue to look at it. I've said this a million times, and I'll continue to say it. We think they're all capable, but for whatever reason, that's just been a position where guys have struggled. It's not for lack of effort, it's not for lack of talent, but it's just been a struggle, and they'll continue to work hard. We'll continue to evaluate and figure out what we need to do moving forward. They're all capable. They're all capable.
How is Joe coming along? Do you expect him back at any point? And how would he fit in?
We do expect Joe back. He's been dealing with a back issue for I'd say about a month now, and I think he's making progress, and he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And again, we just need to try to find the best complete team out there, the best complete offense. And if he's looks like he should be considered there, he'll be considered.
Go Jack, then Greg.
Just overall, what is your biggest takeaway from the week?
That we're really close. We're really close. When we leave this weekend now, we're 10 weeks into a season. Our RPI is going to be ranked in the top 10 in the country with, I don't think anybody has faced as much great high-level competition as we are, and we're 25-12 with a top 10 RPI, and I still think our best days are ahead of us. So that's what I'll take away.
We'll close it, Greg.
Yeah, Mark, you kind of already touched on this, but you give up 13 runs in 3 games to an Arkansas offense that was considered, among the tops in the country.
Sorry, I lost you.
Sorry, just how pleased are you with the pitching to hold this Arkansas lineup in check?
Yeah, I think I said it already. I believe our pitching is as good as anybody in the country. They're talented. They work hard. Skylar does a nice job preparing them. They're poised. And again, that was the best offense, supposedly in the country. And I thought we handled them for the most part about as well as anybody can handle them. And so it'll pay off. It'll pay off. And again, you've got to build great programs starting with pitching, and we're doing that. And it's something that we can all take as we move forward.